To the B-side. Get down to the baseline.
And now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know. But you have to step away from it.
Alrighty, hello everybody. I'm on the wrong slide. That's a good start. So this is the fifth week of our EGL Waveline. This is your host, as always, Ixernian, joined by Matt Pizza. So we were supposed to have Sultan on the show today, but he's just not here. So Matt Pizza, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, just dandy. Got to be on the EGL waveline all by myself with our host
All by
Exernian. So,
myself. Okay, you're solo on the show. See ya.
oh wait! I said with my host.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. So, obviously we are gonna, take it slow today. It's just me and Matt Pizza. So, maybe he's like my special guest for tonight.
hmm
Yep. So, we're
But
gonna, yeah, we'll go right into the recap of last week. So, obviously we had Hyperion Origin versus Rev Gold. It was a 2-0 for Hyperion, so they are 4-0 in the season now, which is kind of insane. They're undefeated. So, they're probably looking to continue that record this week. And last week we had VBU 2-1 Big Duck Entourage. I think BDE are they still winless in this split?
I
They are. They
believe
are 0 and
so.
4. So Big Duck Entourage, obviously they're going to be looking to pick up a win this week. They're going winless this far into the season is obviously a little tough. You're about halfway through the season. You're more than halfway through, actually, right? We're
Mm-hmm.
week 5 out of 8, right? Or sorry, 7. Week 5 out of 7, and if you're able to inch yourself into a playoff spot, just maybe even the 6th seed, right? We're taking the top 6 teams, I believe, or top 4,
Yep.
top 6. Wow,
Top
Clutch would
6.
be really
It's
mad
top
at
6.
me. Clutch would
Yeah,
be mad.
Clutch. If Clutch was here,
He
if he
would like
wasn't
be
just
beating me right now. I was like, how do you not know? Okay, sorry. It's top 6. It is top 6. So Big Duck Entourage, they still have a chance. If they win the next 3 weeks, they would be 3-4 in their season record. Obviously, you could inch into a 6th place seed, and you can make the miracle run. There is a losers bracket. Remember, we are running a double elimination. Wow, where words? Double elimination playoffs bracket. So, you could be 6th seed and you could make the miracle run to finals. So, it's not, your season's not over yet. And last week we also had Hawkthorn Esports versus Abyssal Sapphire. And this team, I don't know, Abyssal's, they've been, I don't know. I'm an Abyssal fan. My jersey's in the mail. So this series was streamed by Excellency Esports, our pals. So I think the VOD is still up. I'm not sure
yeah.
if they clear their VODs. So it's twitch.tv/X, like the letter XLNC Esports. So if you guys want to check out that VOD, it is over there. And then obviously we had the stream match of the week, Burger Flip Esports versus Literal Monkeys. So that was Monkeys Rising. Um, yeah, I mean, well, we're gonna start from the bottom up. We'll do something a bit spicy today. So Matt Pizza, Flippa United versus Monkeys Rising. We do have some special tech for you guys tonight, but I'm gonna let Matt Pizza get his word in. So, what did you
All right.
think of the stream series last week?
So the stream series, in all honesty, like we know that Monkeys Rising is like they're like almost an IBS team. They're like just people that are coming out of IBS, stepping into the gold scene. Their first step into like the hellhole that is known as
Oh,
gold. All
yeah.
right,
Uh-huh.
Clutch is gonna kill me for saying that, but whatever. He's not here. It's our show this week.
You're
Whatever, man.
TOSing the stream already, man.
Yeah, we're just nuking the server after this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, Clutch is
But
on vacation. Don't tell him. We're about to
yeah,
nuke
don't tell him.
EGL.
He won't. Yeah, he won't even watch this. So
Yeah.
we're running the show. But yeah, like this whole entire series, I was just surprised at how well Ayok played and how well Zell and Ayok did in the bot lane, right? Like for this team, like I didn't have much expectation,
Yeah,
but
they were
like,
definitely up against a, uphill battle. They were against Vanquish Riv 60 and Spheric, I believe.
hmm and like Zerg is like a really good support, and Riv and Zerg, like that is a scary bot lane, and like we see consistently Ayok on the Jinx just getting a lead, right? He is consistently up in CS, and he is has
Yeah,
a bunch of
they
kills. Like he's
first
in a
picked the B1 Jinx, I think, every game.
mhm.
So,
And like watching him play, he's like you'd be surprised to see that this guy is a really good player. Like I don't know, I was watching him and I was really surprised. But then
yeah.
like granted, they were going against Flipper United, and
Yeah.
like you
So,
know,
you want to see some of the tech Map Pizza.
let's see the tech.
Map Pizza. So, I wasn't planning on bringing this out. It was something it was kind of in the works, but seeing as Matt Pizza and I are the only two on the show tonight, I might as well see if I can get this working. So, beware. It's like may or may not work. We'll see. So, obviously, we have some of our highlights from the first game. So obviously, I'm gonna pause this really quickly. You can see I have the tech. You may not see my cursor. I don't know if I see it. Like, look, I got some tech here. Whoa, that's some tech. So obviously, you guys can see we have what's this right here? So Vanquish Rift 60. This was from the first game. So we can see that Zell, Wonderworld. Wonderworld was e-subbing for them, obviously. So we just let this play out. Obviously, look right here on the map. We have the TP from Yone, right? So obviously this fight looks good. Wonderworld, he walked down. He didn't use TP. And we're only 12 minutes and a bit into the game. So from this fight, look at this TP right here. This is massive. There's actually 2 TPs. So now it was a 3v2, obviously turns into a 4v3 for the side of Flippa United. You know, Rocker, BTS, Jungkook, he's not even there yet. He needs to walk so much distance right here. So obviously, Monkeys Rising, they're pinched. They're pinched right here. So as we watch this play out, this fight is really, really well played by Flippa United. Wonderworld is just dead. And, you know, Rocker goes in just to kind of die at this point. So it was a really good fight by the side of Flippa United. 2 TPs used, and they walk out with 3 kills. So, you know, we're looking at the second fight here. So Vanquish Riv 60 gets a little over anxious. We can see this is a very brave, very brave rocket jump. I don't know if that were me. You know, we're 1-1-3. We are up in CS versus Ioked, but obviously, you know, we're going to watch this. There's the Ornhorn. Does knock up 3 people, actually. That's a TP. So, one big thing I want to note from this fight, like, look at how far Ish pushes forward. Ish is down here, while the team is here. So, obviously, he has the spirit he can go back to, but this fight was really well played again by Flippa. We see that, you know, Ish goes super far forward. Look at how low, just the side of Monkeys Rising, look at how low their health bars are. Half health, like just gone, right? So obviously, and we're like seeing a TP here from Basing the Second, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. So we see this fight. Look at Ish. Look at how much damage Wonderworld like took, and look how low he is. So obviously, Ish does die, but Monkeys Rising. Look at this. Iyoke somehow makes the best of this. He flashed, used the zap right here, kills Spirit, and somehow Monkeys Rising, they're able to take down 2 players with them, and they're trading. Well, they were gonna. Okay, you know, I would have said to stop fighting here, but Basting, he does try to go for one more showstopper, but it doesn't really end up much. So there's also this play here, and you know, I honestly think this play was gonna be really, really good by the side of Flippa, right? Well, and Monkeys Rising, well, they're down 2 kills. But the gold is pretty even, right? We're 2-2. This was, again, still the first game, right? So they're down 1 dragon. It's not the worst in the world, but look at the positioning of Monkeys Rising. Our Jinx is way back here, and Flippa, we're all like condensed in this box. So obviously, if they were, you know, we're just asking to be stunned by Victor or, you know, just clumped up for a really good, just AoE damage overall from Jinx and, you know, Braum. So we're looking at this. Basing the Second, I think this was the one mistake in this fight, I think, from Basing the Second. He ults to the left here. So if you were able to ult Ridley Prime right here, look at how many people you're going to do damage to and slow. So his ulti does more damage to people that are hit and just slows the people that are around it. So like if he got you know, if he got Ridley Prime or Big Tanky Boy right here, then it would have been massive. I think this fight could have turned out a completely different way. Exactly.
Big damage coming out of the set.
So watch the rest of this fight. Ridley Prime flashes out. We do a bit of damage, but look at just the kiting. Look at this TP. This TP is massive. Ish is TPing into the backline, and just look at how much damage. So Monkeys Rising, Braum is dead, Zell is dead, and we're just kiting back. Look at how low O minus is and Ridley Prime and here Ish is. He's here to just wipe and demolish the backline now. So Monkeys Rising, it had a, you know, I really respect what this play was, but again, it was close but not quite there. So we saw a lot of similar mistakes. So look at this game from game number 2. So, you know, level 1, it was off to a really good start for Ioked. Obviously, he had the tech, you know. He was picking up all of these level 1 kills, and you know, I don't really have much else to say. Like, look at Vanquish Rift 60. He used Flash, he used Heal, and Ioked, he walks out with 3 kills from that. And you can see he's snowballing now. He's 6-1-3 in this fight. but obviously, like Zell gets really low, and they're looking for this dive, but Rocker is here. I don't, yeah, he doesn't have the equalizer, but Rocker still walks up. Zell is gone. This is now a 2v2. Iokt is taking so much damage. And I think this is just a little overzealous from Rocker. Obviously, he takes a lot of damage, and then Vanquish Riv 60 just walks up and last hits Iokt. So,
And that was really well played by the side of Flippa though, right? Like it was good support AC synergy.
exactly. So, again, look at this fight, Matt Pizza. Look at where Chinese Spy is. Like, he is pushing Vanquish Riv 60 down. He can't walk up. He can't use his flash or E over the wall. He doesn't even have flash. And then this is a really late Galio ulti by Ish. So obviously it's a little bit too late, and he just kind of goes in to die at that point. Has to burn the flash, uses the ulti. So obviously Flippa was making a lot of mistakes in the early game, right? They're making a lot of mistakes, and Monkey's Rising was ahead. But we can see it, like, from this point onwards, we're starting to turn. I think Monkey's Rising, they go for a good pick here almost, but they use a lot to kill O-, and Iokt is just dead because Zell walks forward to keep doing damage, kind of lock down, but that leaves Iokt open for more damage, and he's dead, right? And look at the answer by Flippa. Look at how fast all of their rotations were, right? So that is some of the tech, so yeah, that's kind of all I had. We were reviewing some of the highlights, but what did you think again? So Matt Pizza, after seeing those highlights, what did you think?
I mean, we see like Ayok consistently had a lead. Like he did have the kills. He was down in CS, but like he had a good amount of gold on him. And I think if uh Monkey's Rising was able to pair on him a little bit better, not to say that they weren't, right? Like they were trying their best, but I think if they're able to pair on the Jinx a little bit better, then this 2-1 for Fippa could have been an easily 2-1 for Monkey's Rising.
Yeah,
And like
definitely.
that says a lot, right? Like these players are like straight out of IBS and they are like doing so well in a gold league. Like granted, they are second to last in the standings right now, but they've been taking games off of like every single team, right? They're not going 2-0, they're going 2-1. So that shows a lot of like promise. And like I'm just excited to see how well they're able to like catch up almost in this gold league, right? If they're able to like just barely squeeze by into playoffs, I want to see how far they can get, and I want to see if they are able to make that miracle run. If Monkeys Rising and BD are gonna go for that
Yeah.
1v9 miracle run.
So after the stream match, they are 1-3. So Monkeys Rising 1-3 in the season. Obviously, they're going to be looking for maybe a fifth or a sixth playoff spot. So again, it's really close. And after seeing them play on the stream match last week, I'm not gonna say it's out of the picture, but you're really gonna have to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
So then we'll move upwards. So we have Hawkthorn Esports versus Abyssal Sapphire. I unfortunately don't have any clips from the Twitch stream. But honestly, this was a really big, almost an upset. So it was only Clutch and I who voted for Abyssal. Matt Pizza, I do remember you voted for Hawkthorn last week. So what do you think happened?
So, in all honesty, I didn't realize that Arf, their jungler, was gonna be going in the top lane, and like we've known Hawkton Esports to be a really strong bot lane, but their their solo laners, they're really weak. Like
Oof, hot
Hawkton Esports,
take.
like I hate to say it, but the solo laners for Hawkton are their weakest link. And when they played against Krypton, we saw that like show up. We saw Akpolo getting leads. We saw Kaiden getting massive on the kill, doing his best Altazi impression, and like it just showed up. And like now, like Clutch said a few weeks ago, he was like, if teams get like are able to play aggressive into this team and are like able to play like match their aggression, then Hawkthorn Esports need to find like a different way to play the game, different way to win. And
Mm-hmm.
like it's showcasing right now, right? Like they lost to Krypton last week and they lost or 2 weeks ago, and they lost to Abyssal this week. And like it's just showing, right? Teams are catching on, and Hawker needs to like change something. They need to like I don't know. They just need to like scale, man. Like they have a
Yeah,
good bot
I
lane, but
do think Abyssal's bot lane, yeah, like you said, Matt Pace was able to neutralize them in a sense,
hmm
right? And then when your powerful, aggressive, like LPL bot lane is neutralized, then what can you do, right? Then all of your kind of carry players are not there. So yeah, like you said, Matt Pizza, I think they need to start looking towards different strategies, like potential, like I hope they're practicing like some different strategies and scrims or something, because yeah, like right now Abyssal is looking really good into the season. They are 2-2, but they're looking really good as in the rest of their season, that they just pick up another few wins. They're not clinched in playoffs just yet, but again, like it's looking very very probable that they get a playoff spot. And Hawthorne, they are also still 2-2 in the season, but they have been looking a little downhill recently. I hope that they're able to pick it up and show the kind of strength that they showed at the beginning of the season.
hmm
So, Matt Pizza, we're moving up. So, we have Big Duck Entourage versus VBU Krypton. So, last week, I think you did say 2-1 for BDE. What happened to the VBU Faith?
listen, okay. Both of these top laners, we have Altazi and we have Akbalo. And like if I had to choose one of these top laners, I would definitely choose Altazi in a heartbeat. Um and I think that's like I think everyone would do that. So when I saw Altazi was joining BD, I was just like, well, I have to hop on the Altazi hype train. Like this guy's such a good top laner. Of course I'm gonna
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
hop on the hype train. But I mean, I should have realized what are you gonna do when you get 5 band and like yeah, it's like you're gonna get camped and everyone throws their resources at you, and like the rest of your team isn't doing much on the map.
Maybe we cursed Altazi by pointing him
Maybe we
out.
did. Too
Oops,
yeah.
sorry, Altazi.
Sorry for the point out, I guess. But hey, listen. All I gotta say is even though like Krypton was like stomping BDE, like they it still went on to 3 games. Like BDE was able to take a game off of Krypton, and that does show a good amount of promise. And like if BD is able to like mesh together, like scram, just like get their play style down. And I think right they could do the miracle one if like they're able to play around Altazi, and if Altazi gets the resources and is able to like not get 5 band and not get 3 man camp, like a bunch of factors basically that leads to yeah, I think BDE is gonna make the miracle run. I'm saying it here right now.
Ooh, okay, I like that. I know that Altazi is still going to be playing on the roster this week, so yeah, I don't know. My eyes will definitely be on the top lane matchup, but unfortunately, we're not watching Altazi on stream, so yeah, I don't know. VBU. I mean, if Clutch were here, Clutch would go on and on about how good VBU is, and be like, "Wow, VBU is such a good org. You guys should play for VBU." I don't know.
Yeah, totally. we're such a good org, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We have
uh
some really good management that totally is focusing on the org and not something else.
yeah, totally not on this other really
Yeah,
bad league that they run
yeah.
or anything. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, other than that, like I do think that VBU has been looking a lot stronger. Obviously, they're kind of like discount Krypton is kind of discount Argon. They do have Toxin, and obviously, um was there anyone else on that
I
team?
didn't.
Chitin, yes. Chitin
Yeah,
and Toxin from VBU Argon. Obviously, they won the BOL gold chip last week. So, he has a gold chip and I don't, so I guess I
yeah,
can't talk.
we can't really talk about them unfortunately.
I guess I can't talk. So, the last matchup we will look at was the one between Hyperion Origin versus Rev Gold. So, obviously, Rev Gold, they've been looking really good in the season as well. They're also 2-2. There are so many teams that are 2-2. But Hyperion, they're undefeated. They're 4-0. I think if they win. See, if Clutch was here, he would also be able to confirm this. If they win this week, they would be 5-0. I think they would have clinched a playoff spot.
I
Um,
feel like that's something he told us a while ago. But again, it's Clutch, and if you guys ever been in a call with him, you know he will not stop talking. So I
Dude spits
cannot say
like
for sure.
100 words a minute, so I
Yeah,
could
it's
be wrong.
I'm gonna say probably if they win this week, they clinch playoffs. But unless we have our like LPL shoutcaster here. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like,
What were your thoughts on this matchup, though? I do believe last week you voted 2-1 for Hyperion, so why do you think they were
mhm.
going to lose a game to Rev then?
I Rev like Sharp Outer and BD and Zygon and Vixfer. Like I just believed in them. Like I was just like, I know these people. I'm gonna give them a game because I'm like they're good like players. But unfortunately, just Hyperion Origin was just a little bit better, right?
Just a
Like
bit better. Yeah, 2-0, bit better.
we see in both games, Attila didn't die at all in this series, and Dracano only died once. So like that says a lot. Like the ADC didn't die at all. 7-0 on the Jinx, 2-0 on the Jinx in the next game, 2-0-12. Like ADC isn't dying. ADC is getting a lot of kills. ADC is getting a lot of CS. They're mid doing like God's work on the map. Like
Yeah.
this team is a really, and we also have the Rune Mage up in the top lane, just vibing out, doing top laner things, playing the Gnar, playing the Mordecai, so just vibing. Like this is just like I'll be honest, like week one, when I saw Hyperion Origin go up against Krypton, I didn't think too much about them because like, oh yeah, it's like okay, I guess Hyperion Origin's pretty good, but Krypton is also like Krypton's week one roster was also kind of weaker, so I was like, okay, I don't know what to expect from them, and like coming in week five, they are undefeated, and I have hopes for them. They're a really good team, and like I just want to see if they can make it to playoffs without losing a single series.
Yeah, whatever
I think.
Hyperion is doing, they're doing it right. They have, like
Hmm.
you said, Matt Pizza, they have some really good team synergy, and obviously, I think they're just stronger in like every position when it comes down to it. So,
Yeah, like they have good players and they have a good team and they seem to have good team synergy. Like you said, yeah.
yeah, I
Like.
do think Revolution, when we did see them play last week, so like the second week when they played against Hawthorne, I do remember that series quite well. Hawthorne won game 1, and then Revolution was so far ahead game 2. They had so many kills and they just weren't pushing their lead, right? I do think that, again, like Revolution, they have a lot of good talent on the roster, and they have, I think they have what it takes to win. But it's like they're just not pushing and closing games out until the Nexus explodes, right? So I do think it's like Revolution. I think they're really close. I think there's maybe one piece left that they're looking for. Maybe it's like a communications thing, or maybe like maybe we're not team fighting correctly or something like that. It's I feel like it's
Hmm.
something minor, and they're really really close to crossing that finish line that will take them from just an okay team to like a really good team.
Hmm. Like just the one little push they need to go from like an average team to like a playoffs team. And like
Exactly.
speaking about playoffs, right? At the standings, we have so many people tied for third place. We have four teams tied for third. This is a really close like standings that we got going on. And like all of these games matter so much in determining whether you're gonna be the third seed or if you're gonna be the sixth seed and have a huge uphill battle.
Yeah, exactly. So with that, we'll move on to the predictions for this week. Again, Sultan's not here, so
Yeah,
it's just gonna
I
be me and Matt Pizza. So we both voted for Hyperion Origin. Sultan did vote 2-1 for Flippa. He has always been a Flippa fan. So honestly, I think this is gonna be a really close series. Flippa has been, they've been showing up. They've been doing well. And Flippa, I think, is a team that's better than most people kind of make them out to be. So again, Flippa might be 2-2 right now, but I don't think they're anything to really brush aside. Hyperion Origin, obviously, they're still. I mean, it's very clear that they are like the strongest team in the league right now, right? So I think this will be a really close series. You and I seem to agree that it's a full 3 games.
hmm and like I'm obviously since Sultan isn't here, I'll hop on. I'll take what he's like. Imagine I'm Sultan right now. Like, all right, guys,
Okay.
Flippa United, they got Riv 60 and Spirit in the bot lane. It's a GGFF. Like, they're so cracked. They'll never lose. And yeah, there's my Sultan impression.
That's pretty good Sultan impression. I like it. Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah,
again, it's gonna be a close series. What do you think? Like, what lanes and what matchups do you think it's gonna come down to?
I think the bot lane for sure for both sides, right? Like we see Attila and Lo-Fi Foot Fetish, both of those are like really good players, and they're going against Spheric and Rift 60. And I think the bot lane will be like a huge deciding factor in what team comes out on top.
True, like
And
you said. I mean, well, the bot lane we saw from Flippa last week, Vanquish Riv 60 was doing so much damage on the Caitlyn second game and the Tristana. Like, he knew what he was doing. He would just jump in, go in, and just, wail all over Monkey's Rising. And Spheric was there to, like, support all of that, and they were a really good duo. So, yeah, like you said, I do think this bot lane matchup is going to be one to watch.
hmm and as a top lane, I'm gonna have to just say the top lane matchup
Always
as
the
well
top
because
lane.
top lane is a very, very important role with a lot of impact in solo queue. So obviously, I have to. I have to see my boy, the Rune Mage, on his signature Aurelia.
Yeah, I mean, this would be a really, I do think this is going to be a really close series, but then with that, we will move on. So we are looking at Hawkthorn Esports versus Big Duck Entourage. Obviously, we are looking a little one sided again. We all had the same prediction 2-1 for Hawkthorn. So, Matt Pizza, I'll start with you again. 2-1 Hawkthorn.
Yeah, we got some insider secrets. I don't know. We'll leak some stuff. BDE doesn't have a stable roster. I hate to say it.
I feel like
So,
that's not really a leak. Everyone can see
I don't.
EGL roster changes.
But yeah, like BD just doesn't have a stable roster, and that just kind of is like backfiring on them. And like even though Harkton lost the last 2 weeks, I still like Connors. He's a great ADC. He's such a LPL by 24/7 ADC, and you just love to see it. So still gonna shout out to my Moe Connors, and I'm gonna say 2-1 for Hawkturn.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, I feel like this might be the turnaround week. Whoa, who is that in the call?
Uh, okay. First of all, I want to say sorry to everyone who's watching. I had a something IRL came out, so I wasn't even able to give a notice. So sorry for that. But
It happens. We're filling in. So, okay, because you're back, we'll go back. Look at this prediction. Sultan, you said 2-1 Flippa versus Hyperion
oh,
Origin.
okay.
Please put in your 2 cents.
Okay. Flipper United is bringing Nats in, who I played with almost for 7 months last year, and in my opinion, he's like one of the best players that I've played with. So I think, especially with him in the mid lane, although Dracana has been having a really good season, I think Nats might be able to turn some things around in this series. Like they already had like some good roster changes, like coming into this week. Like in the last few weeks, they have Riv and Spheric in the bot lane. They have Nats in the mid lane right now, which I think was the only weak side for the Flipper coming into this week, but they filled it with Nats. They have Ridley Prime in the top lane. And like with that team, it's really not. It doesn't even matter who plays jungle. Like it's just so easy. You just
This
need to
guy's
like
just saying jungle does not matter.
jungle.
and like in the old also like Mike has been playing really good. I'm not really sure if he's still playing jungle, but like anyone who's playing jungle with that roster that Flipper has, they should be able to win the league. Like I would say
Okay, I
they should just
like
win the league with
that
that.
take. I like it. So we're gonna move on. Sultan, do you really have anything to add to the Hawkthorn BDE game?
Mm, to
We
be
were all
honest,
kind
not
of
a
on
lot.
yeah.
I just I gave that one game to BDE because I think Altazi will be playing there.
Yeah, he will be
To
playing.
be honest, I think that BDE has a good chance in this just because Hawkthorn is now playing with Arth in the top lane, then with a new jungler. And in my opinion, Arth was like the maybe the best jungler in the league while he was playing, but they decided to go with a roster move. And Now he's playing top lane, and he didn't really look that good last week. So, especially against someone like Altazi, who has been playing really good in other leagues, um, I wouldn't be surprised if BD like pulled a series win against Hawthorne. But normally, I still think Hawthorne should pull out like a 2-1 win because they have counters.
That is true. Okay, so then we'll go on to the next series. So we have Abyssal Sapphire versus Monkeys Rising. So Matt Pizza, you're kind of on the other side of the vote here. So you did 2-1 Monkeys Rising.
I mean, guys, come on. I'm on the IO type train. All right. Like, and we also have our boy, I believe Zell. Yeah, is he still on the? Yeah, no, yeah, Zell. He's playing in Monkeys Rising. Like, I have to back up our amazing production group that we got going on. So obviously, I'm gonna vote for my boys Zell and Ayok in the bot lane to bot gap Abyssal Sapphire, even if they have James Moriarty, who is a cracked ADC player, as he was a cracked mid laner player. So I mean,
Okay.
Hmm.
So Sultan, what do you have to say about that then?
I I think I said this last week where I said I don't know if Abyssal would win if Fire Off the Fox was playing top, because that's what said in the roster changes. It was like Fire Off the Fox for top lane, which I was surprised, but last week they played him in mid, which is a whole different story because that guy was an absolute monster in BOL playing mid lane. He was putting up good stats. He was almost like 1v5 for his team, and he has his picks. I think it wouldn't be Leak anymore. He plays Mundo mid, which is really awkward pick, but it actually works, and it worked last week. So like that guy's champ pool, his playstyle is really good for that team. And Golem playing top, he has a decent champ pool for top lane. He actually, I think they might be able to flex a lot of picks between Fire of the Fox and Golem. And then they also have James Moriarty, which was best player on that team, and now he has another top tier player to help him with the carry things. So I think Abyssal should be able to pull the win. Although I'm still a Monkey fan too, so I gave them a match. Normally that might have been a 2-0, but I believe in Monkey is just stealing a game.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, Sultan. I do think both of these teams are really good. Like Abyssal Sapphire and Monkeys Rising both had a, kind of well, okay. Abyssal Sapphire, they did win their first week and then they lost their second week against Hyperion. So I kind of don't blame them for that one. And then they won again 2-0 against Flippa. And then they won 2-0 against Hawthorne. So like I just feel like Abyssal Sapphire has been looking better and better as the weeks go by. And Monkeys Rising, they obviously lost their first week and then they lost their I think it was their third week they lost, but they did win the second week. But again, like Monkeys Rising and Abyssal Sapphire, I think they're both in this boat of, they're progressively getting better and better as the season goes on, but who's getting better faster, right? And who's, you know,
No.
accelerating faster. And I think that Abyssal Sapphire has a lot more momentum than Monkeys Rising right now. Abyssal Sapphire, like I'm an Abyssal fan. I say this every week. My jersey's in the mail. So
The logo is just too good.
it's just the logo diff every single week.
Ooh.
Or did they lose? Oh no no. I am being corrected. Thank you. It was they lost to Flippa. But sorry, yeah, I'm being corrected. It was 2-0 for Flippa, but then they won 2-0 against Hawthorne. That is what I meant to say.
Yep.
Who knew like reading and talking at the same time was like really difficult?
Hmm.
Okay, well, Matt Pizza, do you have any final thoughts?
uh, you know, Tucker Paul, I know you don't watch this, but man, come on, your drafts need a little bit more work. That's it. I rest my case.
Wow, that's all he says. He's calling out Pack-a-Paul. Okay,
Always.
always. All right, so we're gonna look at the last and streamed match of the week. We have VBU Krypton versus Revolution Gold. So I'll start with my prediction. I said 2-1 Revolution, although you both said 2-0 for VBU. So, last week I didn't vote for Rev, and Tex, he may have sent me some of the PayPal. I don't know. I don't really, I can't say. I can't say NDA. um, honestly, I just think that Rev has a lot of potential as a team. They obviously have shown us when they played against Hawkthorn that they know how to get ahead, right? And I don't know if Tex has like yelled at them and like scrims or something to like, hey guys, you need to like actually hit the Nexus. But overall, I think that Rev, like, this will be a close series. If Rev really wants to win, I think if Rev comes in on like, the right day, then this could be a win for them. But they're really gonna have to fight for it, honestly. This is kind of like a far little reach, but I don't know. I can see this being a win for Rev. So Matt Pizza, Sultan, you both said 2-0 VBU. Matt Pizza, why are you saying 2-0 VBU? I thought you hated this org.
I did hate this org, but then like they just have Kaiten. They just have Kaiten, man. Like I don't know what to say. It's just a mid gap. He's such a good player. He has a chip. I don't. I'm sad.
True.
He's
He has
not.
a gold chip and you don't. You can't talk.
Yeah, I can't really talk. I can just say how good he is, and like say, yeah, he's probably one of the main reasons why VBU is gonna win this. And like I will say that my boy Allfire in the jungle doing a good amount of heavy lifting on his team as well, trying to make sure his top laner doesn't sprint it, trying to make sure Toxin doesn't draft, the usual.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, for Rev, I do think their players like Unknown Angel was playing really well in the last couple of series we've seen them play in, and same with Aardvarks. Like your mid ADC and obviously Potter or Zygon was someone I've had my eyes on for a really long time. So I think that this roster, honestly, like just already on paper, was already really good, and like the stats they're putting out and stuff like that. I don't think this team is bad by any means. So again, like I just think it's a possible win for Rev. I don't think it's going to be a full 2-0, but I could be wrong. Could be a 2-0 Rev. I don't know. Tex,
Mm.
when is my Rev jersey coming in the mail? So Sultan, you said 2-0 VBU as well.
Yeah. I just think the VB just matches really good against Rev. Um, like the bot lane is favored for VBU in my opinion, and like when you look at Rev, they have one of their best players, Sharp Otter, in the support role, and he might not be able to do what he wants to do when he's against Toxin and Samurai. And then Kaiten, like Unknown Angel, has been one of the main reasons why Rev is doing good right now, and he's going to be against arguably the best player in the league. Um, so that's going to be a really rough matchup for Unknown Angel. And then like top sides, I think it should be around the same caliber, but I think it's just from Kaiten gap they should be able to win. And Kaiten and Toxin is coming in with a little more motivation, winning BOL last week.
True, they're
So
coming off of a high, you know? You're like, we just won a chip.
yep.
I mean, it could mean they're
So
slacking off. I don't know.
yeah, it's either going to be they're just hyped up and just win this week too, or they're just like they're just gonna end it down. So I wouldn't be surprised if Toxin's like 0-10 in Yone ADC or something.
uh,
Yeah, it makes sense. I see. Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but yeah, honestly, I do think this is a closer series than these two are making it out to be. Again, this is our streamed
Mm,
match of the night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I kind of feel like a broken record every time I say it, but we always play at the same time, so the games should start at 8 p.m. Eastern, but I say that and then teams invite me to lobbies like right at 8. So, who knows? And then I don't even know why I have timers anymore. They're always wrong.
but I will say because I saw this in the chat, Kaiten never had top 5 stats. Yes, but that is mainly due to the the stats basically depend on how good or bad are the opposition, I would say. So the group that Kaiten was in was better than other groups in my opinion. So while other people were having matches like 22 and 0, or like having 10 plus kills but like less than 5 assists, our matches were like a little bit more closer. But like even if you just watch the finals in BOL, you would see how good of a player he is. And that's the only thing I'm going to say.
That is true. I feel like I gotta be kind of tough on VBU. You know, I think the team is
Yeah,
good, but you really gotta work for my vote.
yeah. You also need to say that they're going to lose so that they would get hyped up and win.
True. If
And we
Clutch
don't
was
have Cole to do.
here,
Yeah,
if Clutch was here, he would have done same thing. He's like, every time I vote against VBU, they win. So, I don't remember what he said. He told me his predictions. Oh, he did say, let's see. Nope. Clutch actually voted a 2-0 for VBU this week. So,
okay. VB is gonna lose FF. They
VBU's
already
gonna
lost.
lose. Clutch said 2-0 for them, so obviously it's over.
Yep.
So, Unos.
They almost lost to BD last week. So
True. Okay, well, honestly, I don't have much left for the pregame show tonight. We were short on Salton for the first chunk of the show, but that's okay. And yeah, remember, you guys, 8 p.m. Eastern. Good luck to everyone that's playing tonight. And if your game's finished early and the stream is still going on, you can pop in, say hi. And yeah, we'll be streaming VPU Krypton versus Revolution Esports Gold. And hopefully, we'll see you guys all there.